Greetings, Goddess Body Mind Spirit community. This is Tyra Omilade, your goddess guru. And you know, I love helping women align with their life purpose using the power of ancient wisdom and the goddess centered lifestyle. My goal is to help you tap the power within and to heal, to grow, expand, live life on your own terms. And one of the ways that I love helping women do that is through a practical application of astrology. I am so grateful that astrology is on the rise, that more and more people are talking about astrology. And it is so beneficial to know what is happening because oftentimes we can sense it, but we can't quite put our finger on what is going on. Where I see there is a gap that needs to be filled is practical application of astrology. Those of us who know astrology really well know how to live it. And it's important for us to make sure we teach people who don't know a lot about astrology how to not only listen to it, but to know how to apply it. And so that's what I want to do today. I want to talk about the meaning of, I'm calling it the Venus rebirth to so that it makes sense to those of you all who are hearing about this big hoopla about the new Venus cycle that is beginning, and you know everyone is talking about it. But the question is, what do you need to do about this? Now, I do want to tell you a little bit about what this means. So, number one, Venus is retrograde, which is a significant deal. It is a very big deal when Venus is retrograde because she goes retrograde about once every, I think it's 15, 18 months, something like that. And so sometimes it's sooner, but that's typical for her. She's not going to go retrograde as much as Mercury. And so when she retrogrades, it's very, very important to take note of that time and to honor what Venus retrograde actually means. And so, what things that you want to be focusing on, because we always want to be thinking about what are Venusian topics. And Venus is so important to women. Why is she important to women? You know, she's one of two feminine planets, number one. So, what does she represent for us as women? She represents our value, our self worth, money. She represents our appearance. Of course, Venus has to do with relationships of all kinds. She is not just love relationships. She's relationships of all kinds. It could be relationships with, any kind of relationship with other people. It could be your relationship with an inanimate object. Okay. It is just relationship topics in general. And she also is about agreements and harmony. And one of my favorite words to bring up for Venus is balance. She is looking to bring balance and harmony to our lives. And when she's retrograde, we get to look at all of these topics to determine how are we doing with these in these particular areas, okay? So, it's always important to note a Venus retrograde. So, we have that layer of this Venus rebirth. Well, whenever Venus meets the sun, so in astrology, and I'm just going to pull up this chart. In astrology, whenever two planets are right there together on this wheel, so you can see here Venus at 20 degrees, the sun at 20 degrees. They're not exact, but that's we're not going to be legalistic here. You can see they both have the same number here, 20. So they're together, they're meeting, they're not even just in the same room. They are like hugging each other. It's like they're sitting in the same chair. Okay. And so anytime a planet meets the sun or another planet, honestly, it doesn't have to just be the sun, but it's something very special about a planet meeting the sun. That planet is getting rebirth. Anytime two planets are right there together, a new cycle is beginning. Okay. So that is very important. A new cycle is beginning. And so, what I always tell people is that when Venus meets the sun, she's essentially getting rebirth. She's either going to be rebirthed as a morning star or she's going to be rebirthed as an evening star. This time she's going to be rebirthed as a morning star. So when we think about Venus being in the womb of darkness, because whenever a planet is right there with the sun, it's called invisible. And that planet is in darkness. And then not only is the planet in darkness, but Venus is also retrograde. So this is a planet that is like, I don't want to work right now. I just need rest. I just need to um, shed the old because it's time for me to step into the new. And so we have um, Venus in that position right now where she is being rebirthed anew. A new cycle is beginning for everybody, for the world, for you, me, everybody, everything. Venus is getting rebirthed. And, and so that is something to think about. Venus's cycles are 8 years. They last for 8 years. And so something new is being kicked off for you over the next 8 years. And the question is, will you approach this in a mindful way, or is it just going to be something where you just kind of allow whatever happens to happen? I encourage you to be intentional. This is practical astrology as I see it. You're intentional with how you apply the astrology or how you work with the astrology. And so I encourage you, and I told you the topics that Venus represents: appearance. Um, I will say self-care. She does have to do with self-care also. Your body, and also self-worth, self-value, money, all types of money topics, but personal finance. It's your money. She also has to do with balance and harmony, and of course, relationships and agreements. Venus is also a benefic planet, and so she has to do with manifestation. What would you like to manifest? You want to be thinking about these things. And so I want to connect this Venus conjunct Sun, this Venus meeting the Sun, to the new moon that is happening this Wednesday, because this is more, it's like a pot. A lot of times people think, oh, this is happening today, August the 13th, Venus meeting the Sun. A new cycle, Venus cycle is starting. And then we forget about it. That is not practical astrology. Practical astrology is, okay, I'm being intentional about this time period. I'm going to very, mindfully approach everything that I do during this time. And the other thing you have to do is to be looking at what topics are coming up for you at this time that have to do with Venus. It is bringing something up, you're thinking about it, you're feeling it, and it's like, it could just seem like it's just in the moment, but literally you have an opportunity to rewrite the course of your life. At least for the next 8 years, you want to be thinking about what do you want to accomplish or achieve over the next 8 years? How would you like to develop this Venus? How would you like to have her express herself in your life? Would you like to strengthen your in conscious and intentional manifesting? Because please know, we manifest all the time. We are manifestors. To be in a human body means to live a life of manifestation. But the question is intentional manifestation, thinking about that. And that is something that I would encourage you to do. Listen to something on um, the law of attraction, anything that has to do with intentional manifesting. Maybe you read a book or you took a course. That would be something to do right now. That's one of the ways that you anchor the energy that is, associated with this planetary transit. And so it's like letting the universe know, this is really what I want. This is what I'm calling in through you. And so definitely revisit any classes that have to do with manifesting or just whatever it is you do. Maybe how do you remind yourself of, like, or maybe, oh, here's another good one. Sit down and think about all the things that you intentionally set out to do and you actually did. Now, you actually can make it very simple. Like, this does not have to be big. It could be you decided you wanted a new job and you got a new job, or it could even be something like you decided you wanted a cup of something to drink and you actually went and got it, or some kind of way, you thought about it and then somebody brought it to you. It could be magical, it could just be practical. It doesn't even matter. You can think, I decided I wanted to get up and walk across the room and I manifested it. We have to just like really give thanks for every moment that we're here because we are manifesting moment by moment. And so it all counts. It could be you decided you wanted to get a new degree and you got the new degree, or you wanted to change careers all around and you did it. Okay. So this is something to do. You really want to be doing the things that you want to happen from this Venus conjunct the sun, this new beginning cycle that we have right now. You want to be doing those very things right now. If it's about money, if you want more money, if you want to invest your money, expand your money, then now, between now and this new moon, do those things. Think about those things. Watch videos on them. Just completely immerse yourself in whatever it is that you want to bring more of into your life. It doesn't, living in America, it's a gift. And it's also like, we just get kind of, we're missing out on patience in this country. I made a new moon video. I make it every month for my membership, my YouTube membership, but I also put it inside of my monthly retreat. And I talked about how this moon is asking us to be patient. It is, we have to be patient and we have to be willing to make some do the work. Manifestation requires action. And this Venus rebirth is one that is requiring action. It is requiring elbow grease. It's like, work your muscles. Let's do this thing. Take action. This is not the kind of rebirth where it's like, oh, I can just receive it. There's going to be a part of it where we do have to be open in receiving it. Like, that's why we want to study, what does it mean to manifest? Because manifesting is not always taking action. Just go, 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 go. I'm going to make it happen. Um, there is a part where we have to be detached, and then we just have to receive. We have to be open to receive whatever we're, manifesting. And part of that receiving of it is we just allow it to come to ourselves the way the universe brings it to us. Okay. But make no mistake about it, because this Venus rebirth has Leo energy in it, and it also has Aries energy in it. It is one of the most creative uh astrological events that I've seen in a while. This is extreme creativity, okay? Then we're so close to this new moon. So I'm just saying, it's like this big pot of creativity that we can bring to ourselves. And because it has so much Aries energy in it, then what's important is that we have courage and we have to be brave. This is what we're being required. This Venus, as she is being rebirthed this time, is is more of like a warrior like Venus. She is actually a little bit more like Aries than what we think of when it comes to Venus, all agreement. Let's see if we can come to a consensus and get everybody harmonized. This Venus is more of like, no, I know what I want, and I'm not gonna compromise. I'm gonna get what I want. I'm going to take action. She's like, in charge. Go for it. We don't need to think too much on it. We just need to go and take care of it. Okay. All things following your inner goddess, please, please, please. Oh, okay. So these are the things that you want to be doing right now. And so the new moon is coming on Wednesday. And so it's just immerse yourself in one of the things I like to tell all of the ladies who are a part of my coaching program or the spiritual aspirant initiation is that it is important to take your new moon, or not your new moon, your New Year's goals, whatever your yearly goals are. And you actually could have up to like 8-year goals with this one, to be honest with you. But take those New Year's goals and revisit them, and like maybe light a candle and read them. And because what you're wanting to do is to call that energy of this new Venus rebirth, you want to call it down into your life. The energy is going to come through no matter what. Please understand that. It's going to come through no matter what. It's looking for a way to channel through. And a lot of us are just living our lives. We're not really conscious of what's happening in our thoughts. We're not conscious of the mental pictures that we're holding. We're not even always conscious of all the feelings that we are having. And so this new energy is going to come through, and it's just looking for the best way to make itself manifest. And so what we want to do is to give it a place to come down into. And that's why we do all of this. This is Sunday, August the 13th. I would even say through the 17th, but for sure the 16th. Okay. So um, that is something else that you can do. You can just begin to revisit all of the goals that you have for your life, short-term goals, long-term goals, because this energy is so, so creative. Now this is happening in the sign of Leo, which is the sign of the sun. And Leo, with the sun being in Leo, and this is where Venus is meeting the sun. Oh my goodness. Um, it really imbues this energy with all things Leo. What is Leo? Leo is creativity, creativity, creativity. It is the energy of what makes you special, what makes you unique, what are your talents, what are your gifts. This is what Leo is all about. And so I think that this is an opportunity for us, for all of you out there who are like, I have this gift and I want to use it more. I want to express it more in the world. I want to have the confidence to use these gifts and these talents. This is the new beginnings transit for you. And again, we don't just use one day, we use a period of time. Okay. So I've given y'all the period of time from today, the 13th, through, I say, the 17th of August, 2023. You want to be focused on, okay, if this is what it is that you want. If you feel like, I don't really know what my gifts and talents are, open yourself to receive what they are and you beginning to use them and express them. Over the next 8 years, you could step fully into your gifts and your talents in a conscious way. And a lot of us say, I lack confidence. This can help you with confidence and self-worth and self-value, because Venus is self-worth and self-value, and Leo and the sun, they're about confidence. And we'll even say bravery and royalty. And so we have an opportunity to bring ourselves into a deeper connection to our worth, our value, and walk royally. It can help you really connect with your inner queen. Your inner queen is a leader. Okay, so I just need to say this. I think my community is good with queen, but it shocks me when I hear women say they don't like the term queen. They don't want to be called queen. They don't align with queen. We're doing ourselves a disservice, because this is a beautiful, beautiful archetype that we get to redefine. If you have a bad understanding of the queen, you just focus on queens that aren't that maybe they didn't do the right thing or you don't like what they did, but our inner queen is our leader, and or she's who we are as a feminine leader, but she's also about having sovereignty. Don't women want sovereignty more than ever? We are fighting for sovereignty of our bodies, sovereignty of our lives, sovereignty of our feelings, sovereignty to define ourselves however we want to define ourselves. Each woman, as a matter of fact, we don't even feel like we need to be one big monolith. That is not who we are. We weren't born to be that way. That is not what it means to be human. So when we're operating in our sovereignty, then, it is there's nothing like it. And to do that, you must invoke the queen. So I see this as a time where we can do that. We can, if you want that more empowerment, because also Lilith is with this moon. And what is Lilith? Lilith is empowerment. Then this moon can help you take something where you feel you were disempowered and feel more empowered. Okay. To step into your power and to just live your life naturally as an empowered person where that's your reality. Because we're always empowered, but we don't always perceive ourselves as feeling empowered. A lot of us dealing with trauma, and trauma disempowers us. And so this is a time where maybe over the next 8 years, you're like, okay, I'm going to use this Venus rebirth to empower myself. Um, okay, so Leo is about having fun. And a lot of us need to have more fun in our lives and have more enjoyment. Venus is pleasure. And so this is an opportunity where we can commit to having more pleasure and more fun in our lives. And one of the things you want to do is to actually do that for these next few days. Everything that you want to call in your life, you need to figure out some kind of way to do that or to watch other people doing it, or invoke it into your life. Imagine it. Sit and imagining yourself doing all of the whatever it is that you want. Uh, Do that over these next few days. And that's going to help send it's like you're a lighthouse and you're letting the sun and Venus know exactly how you want this to manifest in your life. And you will be invoking the energy also of a lot of patience. Leo is not a sign that operates fast. It's slow and methodical. It's this energy of devotion. And Leo is one of the most devoted and loyal signs you could find. I even say this is a time for you to devote yourself to being loyal to yourself, where you're not going to sell yourself out. You're going to be your number one priority, because this is in Leo. Leo's number one. Okay. The number one is associated with Leo. There's one sun. The sun is shining, is doing its thing, is unapologetic, and it does its thing day in and day out. So you really want to make sure that you maybe if this is resonating with you, devote yourself to being loyal to um your destiny. Be loyal to whatever your commitments are. Leo is extremely committed. Leo gets such a bad rap. I'm like, y'all don't even understand. Leo is gonna make stuff happen. It's one of my favorite signs in the whole zodiac because of its ability to command and lead and make sure things happen. And it's just never going to give up. It's going to hang in there until the end. It has some stick to itness that is like no other. And, a lot of people need to shine more. We don't want to shine. The world has said, oh, you're so arrogant. This is why Leos get a bad rap. But then when it's time for us to put a product out there or for us to go for, a career up level, date, write a book, uh, I don't know, even lose weight. I've struggled these last few years because I think Every time I lose weight, people just talk so much about how I look. It's not bad. It's not bad. Some of it is, there's always going to be haters when you're slimmer, in my opinion, and folks give you a hard time for being slim. I'm like, why? Like, this makes no sense to me. But anywho, a lot of times it's actually very complimentary, but it feels like it's way too much. I'm like, can you focus on my mind? Okay. So sometimes we don't want to do the very thing that we want to do because we feel it will attract unwanted attention and therefore we don't do it. And so this will help you to be able to embrace being able to shine. And so you can set intentions that are like, I commit to taking more steps to shining, even if you have to take baby steps. Maybe your first baby step is, I think about this one lady, she came to my African dance and Zumba classes. She was so painfully shy. She was so painfully shy. And some of it was, she didn't feel confident in dance or whatever. She came by herself. And after a while, oh my gosh, she was just a jamming and a dancing and just doing her thing, right? And that I think helped her to even open up and be able to shine even more in other situations. I've seen it happen so much in dance. Someone will come, they so badly want to dance, and it is painful for them to be in the class in front of other people dancing in front of the mirror. And then after a while, they just get so used to what they do because, Leo's like what you really love to do. You just love, love, love doing it. And they felt so good. And then the next thing you know, they want to, do this small little performance. And then before you know it, they want to get on the stage and perform. And sometimes they even turn into their own, they get their own classes and things like that. So if you are struggling with shining, this is something that can help you. You can set intentions around opening yourself to shine. And let's see here. What else I want to tell you? Oh, Venus is appearance and Leo is fashion. So if you want to have a new look in terms of your wardrobe, which is not um, vain at all, it's not shallow. We have a couple of signs that have to do with fashion and modeling. Okay. So this would be a great time where you can reset your wardrobe. Beautiful, beautiful time for setting yourself up for that. And let's see here. Was there anything else I want? Oh, romance and love. Woo, glad to see that. Okay. So yeah, for romance and love, this is a beautiful, or sex. You want more sex, you want more romance, you want more love. What I would say to do during this time is if you have someone that you can engage in anything that's loving and romantic or sexual, you want to do that during this time. Okay. You want to bring more of that into your life. Or if you can't actually engage in it, then you want to watch it on TV, like watch your favorite love movie and just feel yourself being a part of it. Okay. So yeah, that's another way to really anchor this energy if that's what you want more of in your life. And okay. So the other thing too about this is there's this energy of, well, I've already kind of said it, where it's like you're willing to do things outside of the box. That's how things are going to happen. So this rebirth is going to require you to step outside of your comfort zone, to do things outside the box. And also maybe you need a new perspective. You need to reframe something old so that it doesn't anchor you and keep you from becoming the new you that you want to be. I think that this can bring a lot of resources and money to whoever wants more resources and money. And also, oh, there's also a healing energy in this. So I think this is, if you have um, body issues, maybe it's actually you are dealing with a health challenge. It could be that, or if you're dealing with issues around like you think you're ugly, or someone did something to your body and it's got you wounded and hurting. This is a transit that can help you to receive some healing around those kinds of things. I think it could be sort of looked at as like a time for body positivity, and where you will step into it and be able to love your body as it is, not necessarily looking for the perfect body, even though I was listening to one of my astrologers and he was saying, we think plastic surgery is a big deal right now. We ain't seen nothing yet. um, I think though that I want to go down the path of where I am, and that is to look at where my body is and to appreciate it, like all the flaws. As I get older, they're just things that look not the same as they did when I was younger, is how I'm going to say it, not even 10 years ago. And so I think about older women who have wrinkles. Years ago, I started just looking at them thinking they are the most beautiful women in the world. They have the wrinkles, could be a little bit of wrinkles. I know a lot of times I'm African American. We talk about black don't crack. It doesn't matter. Wrinkles or black don't crack skin, beautiful. Gray hair, whatever comes with being this older woman, it's just gorgeous to me. And so, maybe there's a scar. Like that would be something that I have to embrace about myself. I've gotten a few scars on my knees and my legs that are never gonna go away. They might fade a little bit, but if they haven't left by now, they're probably not going anywhere. And to see all of the dings that we get, just to be like, I love that part of myself so much. Yes, I remember. I'm gonna give y'all a quick little funny story. When I was at Spelman College, my friends and I were out somewhere. We're just walking around. There are four schools there, and I was somewhere between Spelman and Morehouse College. And I was acting goofy and silly, and some kind of way I ran and tripped on this little concrete, it's this little part of the concrete that rose up. My feet just tripped over it and I slipped and slid across this concrete. Still got this big scratch on my knee. Oh my gosh. I even remember what it felt like. It was just so painful. And I look at that and I just think, "Oh, yeah, that was so fun. Oh, I remember that, going to Spelman College and just having fun with my friends." You know what I'm saying? So it could be something where it's like a scar, but this Venus rebirth will allow you to see the wound and the things that you think are just so beautiful about yourself. And they're all one and the same. It's all one big, beautiful pot of beauty. It could be you actually are very beautiful, but like I said, it's sad. We hate on people who have this extreme beauty, or maybe they have this beautiful part of their body and everybody wants it. And so people will snipe on them. Maybe you're one of the ones that got sniped on for some kind of reason. And then for a fact people are jealous of you. But they made you feel so bad about yourself that now you don't have any kind of self-worth, self-value. You don't think you're beautiful. And so this is an opportunity for you to release that wounding and step into appreciating your natural beauty. Okay. Um, so I do want to say that I have created a package, and you can I'll put anything that I have in there that I've created recently around Venus. I know I put together a Venus retrograde course, so I'll put that in there if you don't have it already. And I'm putting in there the new moon video through the signs that I made, because that will help you to understand what it means for you through the signs. This new moon in Leo is the exact area of life that this rebirth for Venus is happening in. And so I always go through the signs typically inside of my YouTube membership. So for those who don't want to join the membership yet, you can get it that way. You can get that video, because that way you're going to understand the next level of this is what area of life is this happening in. So for instance, I'm just going to give Leo, because it's happening in Leo. Leos, I'm jealous of you. Okay. I don't have any planets in Leo. My rising sign is not Leo. Sun, moon, or ascendant. You got planets in Leo, then you potentially are going to profit greatly from this. You truly can take your life in a whole new direction. You can take your appearance in a whole new direction. You can bring more abundance and wealth into your life. You have an opportunity to rewrite anything that you want rewritten until and you'll achieve it within the next 8 years. So that's what it's for Leo. So you'll hear this inside of the Through the Signs video. I'm only selling this bundle for $9. So if you want it, you can go on ahead and purchase it. You'll see the link in the description box here. Okay, so last thing I want to do before we get off is I'm going to post this on my blog and wherever I can on my social channels. But years ago, when I had a different membership, I created some sadhanas. And my thing is, most people hear spiritual stuff, but they don't know what to do. And I decided, you know what? I want to create a sadhana, because a sadhana it essentially means spiritual practice, but it's a practice that's done over a certain amount of time, and it ends up having it's a very potent effect in your life. It can get you a breakthrough. Actually, I think this Venus conjunct the sun is going to get you a breakthrough. This is going to bring a breakthrough that happens and unfolds over the next 8 years. And I want to just say 4 years out from now. So that's going to be 2027. You're going to be at the peak. You're going to manifest something during that time, or you're going to realize you have made some significant progress. So you definitely want to be tracking this and noting when you need to be paying attention to what has manifested and how much further do I need to go, or have I just manifested it all within this first 4 years? Because remember, it's an 8-year cycle, peak of it for year number 4. Okay. 4 into 5 years. Okay. So, but you want to, one of the ways I think that we can really bring some change, breakthrough, that's something else that I talked about with the sadhana, is to practice a sadhana. And you can do this over 7 days. This is one I created to be 7 days. I typically connect Venus to Oshun. Oshun is the goddess of um, creativity. She's just like Venus. Everything that I talked about with Oshun, that's Venus. Okay. She's out of Nigeria. So this is the name that I typically choose. You can work with any goddess. Today I actually have on pink. And so there's a goddess out of Haiti that I love called Urza Lee. She is the same as Venus Oshun. Doesn't matter what face of this goddess of manifestation and love you align yourself with. You could just use whatever name you want. But I chose Oshun. And so with this sadhana, you can do whatever songs you want to do. You can fill in the blank. You can do it however you want to. Like I said here, make this your own. But this is how I interpret this work. So all I'm doing is just putting together several practices that I'm going to do day after day after day, over and over and over again. Okay. And so you can do that too with whatever songs resonate with you, whatever, just fill in the blanks. Okay. But I'm going to give you what I did. You can do it exactly how I have given it, or please, by all means, use your inner muse to make it work for you. So the first thing you do is, and you'll see it in the write-up, I'll put it inside of the description box of this video. You're going to see, or the first thing to do is listen to the Cherokee morning song. I don't care what time of day you do this. I don't care. None of that matters. Just do it. Okay. Just do it. In the goddess tradition, sometimes I am a little bit legalistic. I can be a little bit legalistic when it comes to using astrological transits, but that's just because I know how astrology works. I know there's a window that we work with. Or for instance, with the retrogrades, there's just certain things I'm not going to do during the retrogrades. Everyone is free to do what they want to do, but this is how I roll. So, but otherwise, I am about women being sovereign. Be that sovereign queen, and you figure out energetically what makes the most sense for you. But I do like doing mine earlier in the day. Cherokee morning song, listen to it whenever you want to, or whatever song resonates with you. Breath work, alternate nostril breathing. Why did I choose alternate nostril breathing? Because it's Venus, Oshun. They're about balance and harmony. And so that's why I chose alternate nostril breathing. Um, um, so, and then I recommend to chant, and you do it all together. Boom, 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 one right after the other. That is where I will say I would be a little legalistic about this. I don't care what songs you use, chants, breath work, but you want to do it all right together. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Shouldn't take long. And I provide the links to the songs. So you want to chant. These are chants that I like. Don't matter, doesn't matter what chants you use, but I love Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Satanama. They are very much about manifesting and really just connecting with, authenticity, because that's something else that Leo's about. Okay, so then light a candle and then meditate. Now, you could, just as a suggestion, you could do breath work during, one or both of the songs. Okay. You could light the candle even when the chants are going on. But light a candle, and then you want to meditate with the maiden form of the goddess and just see, is there something that is coming to you that will help you during this time? And if you are not into the goddess, then just open yourself to creativity and manifesting your desires. And then the last thing you do in this candle plus meditation, it can be as short or as long as you want it to be. Don't stress about that. Don't be legalistic about that. Follow your heart, follow your gut. And then after that, you want to write down anything that came to you during your practice. Okay. Very, very simple way of doing this kind of work. Okay. Thank you so much. I hope that this has been helpful. May this be an auspicious Venus rebirth for you. And I look forward to hearing about how much this is helping you. Oh, last little thing I'll say too is wear a lot of gold if you can. It could be gold jewelry, it could be gold or gold, yellow clothes, just because this is happening in Leo. So that's another way to really anchor this energy. Yellow is associated with Oshun, and you could even wear a soft pastel yellow. That's more like Venus and Libra. I even say you can wear some green if you want to, because Venus is also Taurus, and Taurus is earthy. I ask that you send some good vibes and energy to Mama Earth. She's not well, or she's either rebelling. I don't know. She might be rebelling against us since Venus is being born as a morning star. uh Mama Earth might just be coming for us, which we already know. We can see it's a lot happening out in nature right now. So I do ask that y'all just really channel some good energy to Mama Earth, since Venus is connected to Taurus, which means she's connected to the earth. It's a lot of stuff going on in Taurus right now. And let's see here. What else did I want to tell you? Yeah, or just wear the color of any of the goddesses that you like, that you connect to manifesting. That would be something else good to do over the next few days. I wish you just the most auspicious time of new beginnings. I know I keep coming up with stuff. I didn't write notes down, so stuff is just kind of coming to me. Dance, do things that are creative at this time. That helps to actually channel this energy also, and it opens up the energy of creativity and manifestation within you. Thank you all so much. I appreciate you, and I would appreciate it if you all would give me a like, and please share the video. One of the ways to support uh, women, small owned businesses. I'm not actually small owned, I'm micro owned business women, is to share our work. Don't let us be the best kept secret on the face of the planet. Shout from the top of the mountains. And it's not even just about me. I'm speaking on behalf of all women who are putting themselves out there. Either it's a side hustle, or it's someone more like me who is hoping that this business turns into a full-time job or gig. That please, by all means, support us, or women doing any kind of good work. Shout it from the top of the mountains. Don't let us be the best kept secret. The Barbie movie showed me the power of marketing, and the way we women are going to take our power back into our hands is we do self-marketing. We do self-marketing for the community. We talk to each other about each other and the good things that we are doing, because we don't have the kind of money that these corporate businesses have. They have amassed a great amount of wealth. They put so much research into how do we get people to buy, how do we get people to do what we want them to do. And so they can swallow up the small business owner easily. But the way we fight back and the way we take our power into our own hands is we decide we will spend our money, we will promote micro owned businesses, small owned businesses, especially run by women, and women who align with our values, just like Venus. It's all about our values, baby. So thank you all so much. I'm getting off for real this time. I appreciate you. And yeah, happy Venus rebirth in your life. Peace and love.